Welcome back to Wild Pines Farm. In today's video we are going to be going through our home backyard garden, and this is for the month May 2022. We have a lot going on, as you can see, and this is just the first row, so let's get started. So here we're at the entrance of the garden, and we have a ton of different plants in this section. To start off, we do have a dahlia seedling which is about to flower, so stay tuned on our Instagram. We're going to be posting about that. But this whole row, this whole first half of this row, we have brassicas and we have tomatoes. We also have sunflowers, and I think we just planted some beans in here. They haven't come up yet. And we also have some onions. And we'll walk through all of this, of course. But right up front, we have a red acre cabbage. Then we have a four set of tomatoes, and these are the Amana tomatoes. And then right in the middle of the four tomatoes, we have a nasturtium. I believe this is a jewel nasturtium. And we have a little random lettuce there as well. But then after that, which we have some brassicas. We have a set of 4 brassicas. And I believe those are just the broccoli, the purple broccoli? Purple broccoli. And then again, we'll have more tomatoes, then more brassicas, more tomatoes and more brassicas. Here we have an entire row of double red sweet corn. Now this is not full sun. This is our backyard garden only gets maybe 6 hours of full sun per day. So we're working with what we've got. It's a little bit straggly, but we're excited to see what comes out of it. We also have a few other things like radishes here. I think these were sown in the fall or maybe in the winter. We have more of the onions, of course. This goes all the way and then loops around here. And then we have oregano. This oregano has been doing so great. I think there's a few beets in here that were left over from the fall planting as well. And of course a parsley. But I think that's about it for this row. All right, so this second row, we have a lot. We have a moonflower, a kind of a sad looking moonflower, but hopefully it'll pull through. We have plantains, love our plantains, and then we have a 4 o'clock, a flower, and then we have 4 self-blanching cauliflower. After that, we have 2 dahlias. These are also seedlings, so it's going to be a surprise as to what those are going to turn out to be. And if you guys want to see any pictures from those, or any pictures from the garden, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Wild Pines Farm SC, link in the description. But anyway, then we have coreopsis, plus a flowering carrot in that little mixture right there. And then we have 2 eggplants. I'm unsure of the variety of this one though. Then we have 2 of the Aztec sunset zinnias, and then a little compost pile that we're going to skip over. And then we have 2 orange bell peppers. And then we have some purple Osaka mustard that we are saving for seed, so that's all developing right now. And then we have more tomatoes, of course. These are actually Roma tomatoes, and we just have 4 of them. And then below that, we have some Freckles lettuce, and then we have more carrots here going to seed, and we even have some ranunculus. These are the Tomer picoti. Ranunculus. And then we have this is a red gold Brussels sprout. I think this is 2 of them. And last, we have this little pail, and then last we have another dahlia that's actually a seedling. So again, this is going to be another surprise. But behind me, you'll see a bunch of bags. I guess I should mention those. We have a lot of the blue Adirondack potatoes growing in them, and then we even have some with sweet potatoes in them. It was just a sweet potato we had gotten from the store and made slips from that and planted them, so I'm not sure of the variety. We also have a bag of ginger and a bag of turmeric, but they haven't really come up yet. But in this second row directly behind me, we just have all garlic. All of it is garlic. There's some random plants intertwined in there, but I think we just have some coreopsis and maybe something else, but I think that might be it. So on to the next row. Now, to start off the third row, we have some plantain, a big plantain, and we have some matcha right there. And then we have yet another dahlia. This dahlia is super special because we actually saved seed last year from our dahlias, and we only got 2 seeds, and both of those seeds ended up being viable, and we got 2 seedlings from them. So this one is one from us from last year, and I'm really excited to see how that one turns out. After that, we have some Mary Washington asparagus that we started from seed, and this is their first year, so it'll be a while until we can start seeing asparagus from them. And then of course we have our tulips. So if you guys saw our earlier spring videos where we did all of those flower harvests, you will have seen all of the lovely tulips that came out of this garden. It was so amazing, so many different varieties. And then we even had some Gypsy Queen hyacinth, which we actually have developing some seed right now. Then we have red acre cabbage, lots of it. I think there's 3 here. And then we have some arugula going to seed. We're going to be saving seed from that. And then we have more matcha here and some purple broccoli. We have 3 of them here. And then right up against this trellis, we have 2 lemon queen sunflowers on either side, and then in the middle near the post we have 2 of the Boston pickling cucumbers. And then of course I have my box of strawberries here. But we have the same thing happening on the other side in this row, on the other side of the trellis. We have 2 lemon queen sunflowers, and then inside near the post we have the two more of the Boston pickling cucumbers. After the 2 cucumbers, we have some of the new kale that we're growing. This is the blue dazzling kale. And we also have a cabbage, I think, just hanging out here. We have extra space. And then after that, we have 2 dahlias. One is a black satin dahlia, and the other one is a Mardi Gras dahlia. And both of those varieties we were growing last year, so they are tubers that we saved. Then we have a green machine zucchini. And then I planted 2 other dahlia tubers that we had, a Mercury and an El Sol. And then after that we have some celery and lettuce. I think this is the Lola Rosa lettuce. And then some more Egyptian walking onions, of course. On to the next row. Alright, starting off the 4th row, we have Toscano kale. And underneath that we have the red romaine lettuce. And then we have more of the ranunculus, same variety. We kind of just scattered that all about. We have a green machine zucchini. And then we have another 4, actually a 5 set of tomatoes now that I'm looking at it. Not sure what the middle one is. I don't know if there's, what that is. Because I know I had a marigold there, but now apparently it's a tomato, so.
Apparently it's a petite mix.
That's the marigold. So there once was a marigold there, now it's a tomato. Don't know what happened. But we have, this is our cherry tomato section for this year. So we have strawberry tomato, black cherry tomato, I think there's a large red cherry tomato, and I think the 4th one is either, it's a double of one of those. I think it might be another strawberry. Then we have a Romanesco right there. Super excited to have a really nice one of those this year. And then we have kind of like a little empty section we need to fill out, but we have a carrot. It's looking a little wonky. And a kale? I don't even know what this was. Well, no.
I think it's a kale.
Maybe it's a kale. After that, we have a jalapeno hot pepper, and we have another ranunculus. And then we have more of the Toscano kale, I believe, and then some Lola Rosa lettuce. And then last on this first half of the row, we have radish. And then back here, we really don't have much going on. We had a bunch of spinach, and some of that spinach is going to seed right now. I also ended up planting my overflow of dahlia tubers in there just to see what comes up, but nothing's come up yet. But I think that's about everything that's in that row. So moving on to the next one. 5th row, we have a dahlia at the start. It's a Michaela Miranda dahlia. Once again, that's one we had growing last year, and that's a tuber that I saved over the winter. Then we have a bunch of plantains. After that, we have a giant rhubarb. It's going crazy. It's looking fantastic. And then we have a lot of red vein sorrel right there. Right above the red vein sorrel, we have a mix of asparagus. We have some purple asparagus and some green asparagus going on there. And then right below the sorrel, we have some upland cress. Then we have like this whole little flower section. We have sunflowers, zinnias, and sunflowers again, but we have the Floriston sunflowers, like a row and a half of that, and then we have a lime orange zinnia. It's actually a little clump of 3 that we have right there. Then we have some California giant zinnias as well as Berneri giant zinnias in there. It's kind of like a little mix. And then these last sunflowers we have are the lemon queen sunflowers. After that, we have more mache, arugula, parsley? I think this is parsley. More onions. These have been here for forever. And I think that's it. This is all just arugula, mache. And then behind me, we have a bit of a lot happening. There's red vein sorrel, there's celery, there's carrots, there's strawberries, there's borage, chicory. You have to ask Ben what's on in there. There's a lot of different stuff. But moving on to the last row. Now we are here at the last row, probably one of my favorite rows. It's my strawberry patch. So we have a lot of everbearing strawberries here, a lot of different plants. It's where we're getting some nice harvests these days. And behind me, we have kind of a continuation of the chaos that is that last row, continued down. And it's kind of more so empty. We do have a rosemary kind of popping through right there. And of course we have a few more strawberries just continuing down that line. We also have, just scattered about here at the bottom, we have plantain, we have marigold, we have amaranth, milkweed, and dandelions, of course. But that's about it. Alright you guys, that is going to wrap up our backyard home garden tour for the month of May 2022. We want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and we will see you next time.